So a couple months ago, the channel Foot of a Ferret reached out to us about its show A Brief History, which, it should come as no surprise, does brief histories on things like YouTube channels, video games, music artists, etc. After checking out a few episodes, I was hooked, so when the show's creator, Ryder, said that he wanted to do a profile on the Game Theorist channel, it was a no-brainer. So for you new subscribers, here's an easy way to catch up on our story, and for you truly original, loyal theorists, here's a look back at how far we've come. I present to you the history of the Game Theorists, told briefly.
Hello and welcome to another episode of A Brief History. Today's episode, The Game Theorist. Ready, set, go! August 23rd, 2009, aspiring stage actor and director Matthew Patrick sets up a YouTube channel called Matthew Patrick 13 and begins uploading videos to promote his career in theater. These videos included everything from monologues and musical numbers to audition tapes and full-fledged scenes from shows he had been in. Matt continued to upload these videos until Christmas Eve 2010 when he uploaded a slightly modified version of the video that he used to propose to his wife Stephanie. This was the very first video that Matt really put a good amount of work into in terms of editing and production. Wait, are you serious? Wait, that's actually true. Seriously? Come on, that's adorable. Can we get like a canned awe sound effect for that real quick? Alright, that's it. There we go. Fantastic. Anyway, after about 3 years touring around in theater, Matt began to realize that this was just not an industry he wanted to be a part of anymore. And the final nail in the coffin came when Matt caught a performance of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, a musical based around the arachnid-themed superhero that was so bad, it solidified Matt's decision to leave a field he had been planning to work in since preschool. Spider-Man, Dream Crusher.
How could you do this to me, Bono? How could you do this to me?
However, despite being smart and talented, he struggled to find anyone willing to hire him, so he did what anyone else would do in this situation.
He took to the internet!
And on April 14th, 2011, Matt uploaded a promo video announcing a brand new web show called Game Theory. Inspired by the escapist show Extra Credits, Game Theory sought to be, as Matt Pat put it, gaming's tangential learning experience. Which essentially means that the show would use everything from math, science, and history to solve the mysteries of gaming. Mysteries such as where exactly does Adventure Island take place, and is Dig Dug's pump powerful enough to pop a human? And you know, there are a few games that those in the average YouTube demographic would have actually heard of. But not that many. Episode 1 of Game Theory, which centered around the accuracy of Chrono Trigger's time travel, was uploaded on April 18th, 2011, and has since amassed over 950,000 views to this day. The majority of early episodes of Game Theory were uploaded to 3 different sites. The first, of course, being Matt Pat's YouTube channel, and the other 2 sites being Game Trailers and ScrewAttack.com, where Game Theories were regularly featured on each respective site's front page. However, despite Game Theory's excellent performance on Game Trailers and ScrewAttack, around episode 22 of the show, Matt decided to focus all of his future uploads solely onto his YouTube channel. And not long after making this choice, Matt also brought 2 new shows to the Game Theorist lineup, and the first of these shows was called Game Exchange. Hosted by Gaijin Goomba, a visually impaired squeaky voiced Super Mario Goomba with a knife.
It's actually a sword. And it's called the Pixel Cutter.
Shut up! Game Exchange was conceptually very similar to Game Theory, except it focused more on culture and history than its more scientifically minded big brother. Later on, in early 2014, Gaijin Goomba started another show on the Game Theorist channel known as Culture Shock, which expanded on the ideas of Game Exchange. The next new show to be added to the Theorist lineup was a series about game design known as Digesting and Side Questing by Ronnie Ani Edwards.
Excuse me? That's digressing and side questing?
Don't interrupt me, or I'll find you. Having met Matt Pat via random internet encounters, Ronnie's podcast, Ronnie also eventually became the video editor for virtually all subsequent Game Theories. All but one. So with the original team of theorists now assembled, Matt Pat began to release some of the channel's most interesting and popular videos. The most notable of these videos include the Sonic is Slow episode, How PewDiePie Conquered YouTube, the Mario is Mental series, and his most viewed video to date is Link Dead in Majora's Mask featuring Peanut Butter Gamer. Each of these episodes and more have amassed multiple millions of views, with the Zelda episode in particular boasting over 5 million views. Thanks to the popularity of these episodes and the added draw of Game Exchange and Digressing and Side Questing, by September of 2013, the Game Theorist channel had surpassed 500,000 subscribers, and Matt celebrated this milestone with a Draw My Life special. So Game Theory was really starting to attract attention. In fact, the channel gathered steam so quickly that only about 3 months after Matt Pat's 500k Draw My Life video, the channel had already doubled in subscribers, surpassing 1 million by December of 2013.
Not to brag, but since then we've actually doubled the sub count again, currently boasting 2.5 million subscribers, hashtag humble brag.
Hey, come on, you're not supposed to come in until the end of the video. You've ruined the surprise now.
Whoops. Sorry, I'll just go into the other room.
Why am I working with these people? Anyway, as I was saying, right before Matt Pat uploaded his 1 million subscriber special, he introduced yet another new series to the Theorist lineup. This show, known as Crossover, premiered on the Game Theorist channel on December 28th, 2013. Written by Drake McWhopper and featuring art by Kenny Lamfield, Crossover attempted to link all video games into one singular universe. Sort of like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but much more in-depth and about video games instead of washed-up actors.
McWhopper? Seriously? Did this guy do any research? My name is Drake McWhorter.
Yeah, and my name isn't Lamfield, it's Landefeld. And I co-write the show as well.
I personally think the names are an improvement, and remember, never interrupt me. Ever. Outside of the Game Theorist channel, MatPat works in audience development for dozens and dozens of other popular online content creators. Ronnie has a personal channel that seems to have been inactive for quite some time, but I honestly can't blame him. I can say from personal experience that editing game theory takes quite a lot of work, and his effort definitely does not go unappreciated. Gaijin Goomba also has a personal channel where he vlogs about various different topics and uploads episodes of Game Exchange. He also has a Let's Play channel called the Gaijin Gamers Play, which also features the Gecko Ninja, his wife Akitara, and more recently, Alochi. Don't ask me what any of those names mean, but they're there. And Drake and Kenny of Crossover each have their own personal channels. Drake's self-titled channel features vlogs about various topics, reviews, unboxing videos, and even challenge videos. And finally, Kenny's personal channel features everything from Let's Plays to drawing videos to podcasts. The Game Theorists may be one of the most unique groups of gamers on the internet, for they aren't simply concerned with playing games. Rather, they choose to dive headfirst into each game's universe, researching, theorizing, and proving that gaming is more than just a pastime. When used right, games can be a real tool for true education. And whether it's tying Mario to communism, connecting Super Meat Boy to Daytona, USA, showing how Sonic 06 connects to cultural legends of the devil, or comparing the design aspects of two different Zelda games. Wait, no, not that one. That's the one, there we go. These 5 overthinkers show that there is so much more to gaming than we think. And with multiple new Game Theorist projects coming down the pipeline as we speak, I think it's safe to say that we have a lot more to learn.
But hey, that's just our history. Our brief history. Thanks for watching. So that history was great, but with your help, I'm excited to keep making history, and hopefully that history won't be so brief anymore. Wow, that was super cheesy. Anyway, if you like the brief history format, be sure to click the box on the left to check out some other episodes over on the Foot of a Ferret channel. My personal recommendations would be the ones on Kirby, Smosh, and PewDiePie. And to check out the video Mr. Ferret himself helped us to create over here on the Game Theorist channel, click the box on the right to check out why Comic-Con lines really are just a huge waste of human potential. He did an awesome job helping Ronnie and I edit that together in a week. And fun fact, that Comic-Con video was the single most popular creator-made video of this year's Comic-Con. That means if you exclude all the trailers and Game of Thrones blooper reels, we had the single most popular video. So that's all thanks to you guys supporting the show, checking out what we're talking about every week. You're great. You just are. So thank you. Make sure you check out Foot of a Ferret, make sure you check out that video, and make sure you keep tuning in for new stuff every week. Hey, I'll see you at the next Game Theory. Who knows, maybe I'll finally do Watch Dogs Part 2. Watch_Dogs Part 2.